I went to a chainsaw repair shop a few days ago and walked through the building. The man's closing his business, and I negotiated prices on some items, and I wasn't able to pick them up because I'm so busy running every place else looking at antiques and stuff that people want to liquidate, that I was just able to go there this morning. And it's a beautiful snowy day in Wisconsin, beginning of February. So here's what I bought from the chainsaw repair shop, and you probably watched the first video. And here it is. I'll talk about the things. I've never had a 3-gallon crock jug, but I picked one up the other day, and this looks like a 2-gallon, you know, probably worth about $140. It's a really cool old piece, crockery. You know, and then just some miscellaneous little crocks that are fun. People use them for vases. Everything in this repair shop has got smoke stains on it, so I have to clean it because they heated with a wood stove, so everything has that black sooty film over it. No worries, it'll clean up really good. If you watch my other videos, I love crocks, even if they have a little chip in it's kind of expected. I actually brought back a bunch of these from North Arkansas when we lived down there, and they belong to a 3rd-generation moonshiner, and I kind of fell in love with them, so whenever I see them, I find them. And people buy them online. If you see them, pick them up. They bring $60, $70 a piece. I've seen a lot of these fireplace ash shovels. I had to say that really slow. And they're usually like a real lightweight tin metal. This one is cast iron, and I've never seen one before, so I had to buy it. I paid 20 bucks for it, and I should be able to double my money on it. It's a cool piece. If you don't know what this is, you're going to get an education. Again, smoke film on it. This is actually called a chamber pot. This is what you'd have in your bedroom back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, and this would actually be what you went to the bathroom in. And then you take it outside in the morning and empty it out. It usually had a cover for very, obvious reasons, but cover's not here. But a really cool piece, a little chip, but it's over 120 years old, so no worries. I bought this, it's a fly fishing rod, and I didn't unwrap it and look at it, so I hope everything's there and it's not all broken up. So I'll probably have this on one of our online stores. You can see those in our descriptions. Under our name, but I bought this old fly fishing rod, and then I bought an old tackle box, and I didn't go through this stuff, I just kind of bought it, but it's got a lot of old baits in, and there might be a treasure or two in there. Old fishing items are really good. So if I just got this out of that place, I would consider it a really successful pick. But there's more. Another jug. This one is marked. It's a Western stoneware. They're usually marked on the side with some kind of a stamp. Very seldom are they ever marked on the bottom. So that's a Western. It's a nice jug. And we're not done yet. We have a real small crock that's not marked, but it's a very cool piece. You can tell it's been sitting around for a while. It's probably about 90 to 100 years old. There's a real fine crack on it, and again, with crocks like this, it's expected to have chips or cracks in them as long as they're not busted. It's got a nice sound to it. And then a real little cool jug. This is kind of a salt glaze. It's brown, it's called salt glaze. It's just a fun piece. You can have it sitting alone. You can have wildflowers coming out of it or dried flowers. Very cool piece. Now, the saws. This is a 6-foot saw. With this saw and this saw, I will put these online. I paid I think $80 for 3 saws. I'll put these two online and probably get about 175 or 180 for the pair. So very good investment. Two-man logging saws, one man on this handle, one man on that handle, cutting, you know, massive trees, massive pines in northern Wisconsin. They're kind of common for Wisconsin, but they're not common in other parts of the country. So if you can find them, pick them up and sell them. I've never bought a saw like this in my life, and it's a monster. It's got to be 7.5 feet tall. This they would use on the rivers in Wisconsin when the rivers froze over. They would actually use these saws to cut ice blocks, and in the old days they would have a refrigerator and you'd have to put ice in it to keep all your food and liquids cold. And these would be the saws that would cut the ice blocks out of the river that you would have somebody go around and sell them to the blocks to people so they could keep their food cool. So this is a massive piece, a very cool display over a fireplace on a chimney mantle. The teeth on this, they're meant for cutting ice. A very cool piece. First one I've ever owned, this large. Okay, got something way back here. A lot of people might think this would be like a child-proof gate, where to keep your dog in a room, but this is actually, it'll fold up, it just needs a little oil. This would actually go across the trunk area or open area of a Model A or Model T, and it would keep your luggage from falling out the back of the car when you're driving down the highway. So it's a very, very cool piece. You don't usually find them in this good of condition. So I think I paid $10 for it. Probably worth about $60, I'm thinking. Okay, the last two things I have, I'm really excited about. The first being this old Wilton vise. Vices, some of them are very, very valuable. Some of them are mediocre valuable, and some of them aren't worth really nothing. This one, with the bullet back on it, is a very collectible vise. When you're looking at vices, you want to look at the jaws and make sure that they're pretty much straight across and they're not all chipped and broken. And this one will, you have a little anvil on the back side. But this vise right here, I bought this one and this one. The man wanted $50 for them. This one right here is probably worth about $295 to $350. This big monster back here, and it's a monster. Got the markings on it. It's ATHOL, it's a 6296, I believe. And this vise right here is probably worth about $395 to $400. So to find these vices and buy them, if you can get them reasonable, and again, he set the price on it, I didn't. They're bare to move around. This one not as much as this one, but I think I did really well. I'm really excited. You know, he pretty much set the price. Watched the video of the pick when I went in and first saw these items and negotiated prices with him. This is the reveal. Like us, comment. If I made a mistake on identifying anything, leave it in comments. I love to learn. And you possibly know a lot more than I do. I just go by what I like. So subscribe to us, follow us. Cheryl and I have a lot of adventures planned for this summer, including I don't know, it's like a 75 or 100 mile rummage sale on the Mississippi River. Cheryl, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to be hitting that, and we're going to probably take you guys along with us on it. So thanks. I'm going to put this stuff away, and I have to drive about 35 miles and go to another home and look at some things that somebody has for sale. Thanks.